We're a couple of minutes early. It's good to see you there, Black Dot Killer. And thank you very much, Black Dot Killer, for all your comments on the videos. I know you've been watching them, and I appreciate your comments. Thank you very, very much. And we're waiting on some people to come on TikTok, and there's 2 people already waiting and 3 likes, so that's good. There's a couple of people who've joined TikTok there, so we're ready to get started very, very, very soon. We'll not delay too long. We'll get on with the business here. Is there anybody else there on the YouTube yet? I see people joining there on TikTok. Good to see you all. Any American guys that have returned to the fold after the scare. Anyway, welcome to Sunday Surgery Live with me, Doctor Lefthandthread, the de facto battery doctor of the internet. This is the 77th Sunday Surgery Live and the second one of this year. Thank you very much to people on TikTok. I've now got 43,000 followers on TikTok, and I've got nearly 14,500 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you very much, both of you, for your help. And there's Paul Cook, and there's Martin saying I went early. I did go early. I seen a couple of people were waiting, and I just banged that button, you know. I just went and got on with it, you know. So there's some people on there now. There's just a few people on. What have we got? 9 yet? Well, with just to 9 to get people on there. There's 11 people on the TikTok there, and 5 people or so on the YouTube. So 7 people are building up. Good to see Paul Cook in the live there too. Some of the regulars there. BW's Deals and DIYs just joined on YouTube. He's still feeling under the weather. Hope you get well soon, sir. Yes, keep tapping that screen on TikTok. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. And tap that screen if you're watching on the YouTube as well. So we'll probably get on with business. We have 9 o'clock now, so we're there. So we can't complain now. It's 9 o'clock already. So what have we got in store tonight? There's Pat McMahon. Good to see you. We have a Dewalt 4-amp lithium-ion battery. Year manufacture 2017. It's questionable whether it's worth fixing this, because I already know what's wrong. I did a wee bit of exploratory surgery earlier on today and discovered the second bank from this end's needing replaced. So when a battery's this age, it's questionable should you bother replacing it. But since I'm a de facto battery doctor of the internet, I'm going to do it for you guys tonight for your entertainment. So there, we'll start off with that. And next, an old favorite here, but it is a really old favorite because it's got the wee knob so that the newer batteries don't fit it. But I have a battery adapter. That's not what's wrong with it, by the way. We can put a battery adapter on it. Put the Dewalt on it, you know. She is actually going, but not going well. That bodes well better than I thought, because there's a bit of melting now, and she's melted the brushes. We done one of these a few weeks ago. That side's not so bad, but she's melted the brush holder. So she's overheated. So hopefully the motor's all right. If the motor's all right, we'll have fixed tonight, hopefully. That's 2. And last but not least is this big SDS. DCH273. It's year manufacture 2018, so it's golden oldie. Look at it. It's seen more action than Bonnie Blue Boudoir. So Pat, that is one of them batteries that some other creators who shall remain nameless can't be fixed. I beg to differ, but we'll not get into that. So bang that screen like you're in Bonnie Blue's boudoir, and we'll get on with business. Right, you see this has seen a lot of action. This is serious. So leave that aside for now, and we'll leave that aside for now. Leave it over here, maybe not in the way, and we'll get down to business with the battery. I had to do a battery because I done a battery last week, and it sort of was a success, and it was. I think you guys enjoyed it, so we'll get the both machines down there. The button and his is loose. Button in your what's loose? Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude, but you know, whatever. Do you mean your grinder? The button in your grinder's loose. Is that what it is? I don't know. Anyway, something like that. So let's get down to business. All's good. We'll see what we're doing here. I'll go into the chat here. Chat filter, all messages. Sometimes she stops feeding through the messages if we don't do that. And we're seeing and hearing everything. There's only one doctor. Hey, there's only one battery doctor of the internet, JD Hall. Good to see you on the chat. Keep her coming. Right, let's see. We'll get into business here. Where to begin? We'll do a voltage check because you know if it's under 17 volts, it's not going to power a while, that. So I'll show you what's wrong with it. I know what's wrong with it, but I'm going to show you guys. Evening Data Power Tools Limited. There's Kenny. Kenny with the moths in his wallet, is it? Is that the Kenny? Don't know. Could be a different Kenny. Apologies if you're not that Kenny. 13.84. 13.82. I don't know. TikTok seems to be back. Trump's done something today. Trump's come out with a statement and TikTok has turned itself on again, which is something that I wouldn't recommend that anybody does. It's always better to get somebody else to turn you on. Anyway, it was 13.84 volts, no bars, and there's somebody messaging. I hope it's not somebody in the chat there. What do we see? Sometimes I have to monitor this because sometimes the feed goes out or something's going on, or the chat's not going through or something. People are alerting me. No, it's just come through with Trump there. He's issued a reprieve for the TikTok, so that's good news for the USA-based TikTokers. I know my friend Ed, the old tech guy from Chicago, was particularly faced with that one. Seems to be pleased now that he's back on. So sounds a bit crackly. There's always something, hey, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. People tapping away on the YouTube. Behind the TikTok or the YouTube now, you have to start tapping there. You jump the battery? No, I'm not jumping the battery. If you get my YouTube, you'll see why I've made videos saying why I no longer do the jump start. I no longer approve of it as a method of recovery, especially in the workshop environment I have here. I have equipment. I have a thing called the power supply. I don't know if you can see it there in the background, and I can bring them up without overheating the cells. But anyway, that's not what's wrong with this one. This one needs cells. I've already marked that the second bank from this side has failed. So he's still in the chat and the YouTube there. Still there. Always worried about that because sometimes it stops working. Anyhow, I'll get on with the business in hand here. I'll get this wee battery out. On the keys. I'll give it one of them jobs. You know. Can it be saved? Yes. The witness has been saved live from an undisclosed location, feeding all the way to your home from the best fibre cable known to man, you know. Two bad cells, aye. When you're setting them at 14, 15, you have to really, to determine what's wrong. If you have a battery down voltage, you have to sort of open it and get in there and see what's shaking with it, because all the cells could be low, where it could be cell imbalance, there could be all sorts of nonsense going on, you know. So here we go. Get the big meter out and I'll show you what's wrong here. We'll flip it over. I'm sorry if the readouts are backwards here. 3.4 volts. 3.37 or so, so that's pretty near. That's near enough for me. 3. Same, you know, similar. That's the one that I marked as dead there. Let me get my marker and put a mark on it. That's marked as dead there, so that's the dead one. The second one from that side. And if I measure the last one, it should be reading the same as the rest. Yeah, the ones that are good enough are pretty well balanced there. They're pretty near each other, which is what you want. And I have two similar cells. These are 20 S's. There's 20 R's in that. So there's J-Bob's. Good to see. Good to see you. And a bunker underground, Black Dot Killer. Hello to Black Dot Killer. You're welcome on the chat. Black Dot Killer's been commenting on my videos this week, so thanks for that. Thank you for following there. That's Michael Smith. Thank you very much. Give me a follow. Don't be afraid. Tap the screen. No money changes hands. Everyone's a winner. Anyway, so we'll have to remove these two cells and install these two, and then we'll have a working battery. So here we go. All right. We need the Dremel out, I think. We're going to Dremelize it. So we could desolder that and take off that whole side, but we're going to do a bit of a savage job tonight, because I always like doing everything a wee bit rougher in the lives. I don't really do much with the Makita batteries now. I'm just going to do it the rough way tonight, because what the hell. Yes, this is very dangerous. If you cut a cell, it's dangerous. Like, if you accidentally cut a cell, it's dangerous. You know. Welcome to Industrial Light and Madness with me, Dr. Lefthandthread. You need a bit of sparks. You need a bit of sparks. Is it really a Dr. Lefthandthread live stream without a bit of sparks? Sometimes you need. I've got a new blade in the Dremel. I'm feeling that way, you know. Feeling like it. Lovely. Rarely do you see things so beautiful. I'll keep that wee knob, that'll be handy. There we are. Leave that there for now. Anyway, I've done that wrong. But anyway, it'll be alright. Pulled off the wrong side. So we'll have to rejoin it. Anyway. There it is. Pull that out now. So that's the 2 cells for the recycling bucket. Stanfix, the Love Doctor's in the house. Thank you, Stanfix. Some days I would go to work with 1 hour of sleep. My wife kept me up all night. Yeah. That helps us. I don't know how it helps us, but thank you for that information. Anyway, what do we see what we're going to do? We keep the brain belt tight here in the night to see what we're at. Nice. I don't fix the flex bolts. I swore off the flex bolts. I'm an anti-flexer. I swore off fixing them some time ago, to be honest with you. These are in good enough shape. I don't think I'm going to recoat them or anything. I'll just give them a little buff. That's all right. Scoot, you're giving us a lot of information, but I don't know what. I'll show you the spot welder now. Teapot 2112. Teapot 2112. What's the number of my spot welder? It's very fortuitous that you ask about it at this time because the spot welder is just about to come into play. This is just when the spot welder comes to town. Let's see what we're doing here. This is the spot welder. It's a custom job. Bought the spot welder and then I realized that I had to. I've been told some of my subscribers on YouTube, it was Gaz Ballin, I think, maybe J-Bubs as well, told me I needed a 3S battery as well. Where do you get the battery cells? You mean, the cells? Sometimes, well, if you watch one of my recent videos on TikTok, you'll see where I got them blue ones out of a flex bolt instead of fixing it. A lot of repurposing cells, which is probably the only way I can do this cost effectively. That's a spot welder, guys. I think it was Gaz. That told me about the 3S battery that I needed to pair my spot welder. And I haven't looked back, to be honest. It's been a success. You seen it working there? It's hard to keep up with the chat. Knock off Milwaukee batteries. No. Anybody who watches my live streams often will know what I feel about knockoff batteries. You could say I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've got this Waitley running this M12 soldering iron. That's maybe an exception to the rule. Generally, knockoff batteries are a terrible idea. Avoid like the plague. The general rule is avoid knockoff batteries at all costs. They're too dear to any money. They're too dear if you get them free. That's delicious there. Yeah, we will try that. Let's see what we got now. Yep. There's Noel. How you going, Noel? Good to see you. I never opened the Waitley. The Waitley's doing well. The Waitley is doing well. I can stay with it. I can stay with the program. Like if you're doing a lot of soldering, it doesn't go flat too handy. Cross connection. J Bubs reckons I'm playing with death. We're all playing with death, J Bubs. We're here for 10, not a long time. I would say it's probably more likely to be a 6 ampere. But the best thing about this Waitley, even it is 6 ampere, it's got a lot of cells to carry the load. There's 9 cells in that, like for a wee battery. It's pretty good. For what I'm using for it's pretty good. I like that. There's an exception to every rule, and there's grey areas in this world, but as a rule, knockoff batteries, no. It's just a no. There's Darren Doherty calling me good looking. I think you won't see an optician. I can't help you. I've never been accused of that. It's never been proven that Doctor Lefthandthread is anything. I've been accused of being sexy a few times, but never good looking. And the sexiness claims have been heavily refuted across the internet. They've been heavily discredited. Oh, aye, J-Bubs means you're playing with death with the knockoff batteries. They're more likely to go on fire and stuff. J-Bubs is right. I thought he said I play with death. Sorry for the misunderstanding again. But my live streams always. What do you think of the Milwaukee soldering iron? Absolutely love it. Love it. It's my favourite soldering iron. It's never off his bench. It's my favourite soldering iron. I've tried other ones. Nothing ever really takes me away from it. Always, even Malif even sent me one. The company Malif, the knockoff company Malif, sent me one that goes in an 18-volt Dewalt battery. I didn't mind it. I liked it all right, but I still go back to M12. I just like the M12. I just like it. It's my fave. It's my fave. Getting something now, you know it. Right. Wait, we're fixed now. We have now got a fully assembled battery, and we're only 26 minutes in. That's not so bad. After all my talking nonsense and all the rest. Heat up really quick and doesn't overheat. It heats up really quick. There's good little features on it. There's that little feature, the red light stays on. I switched her off. The red light stays on as long as the tip's warm. And if you switch her on, she shows you the battery indicator life and she flashes that light. And the idea is when that green light stops flashing, she's at her temperature. You might want to count about 10 seconds after that stops flashing to get to your full temperature, in my experience. But it's a nice little feature. It's good. I like it. Harsh, hello, intro, please. Harsh, does Harsh want to be introduced or what do you want? How are you? This is Dr. Lefthandthread, de facto battery doctor of the internet, broadcasting to you live from an undisclosed location in County Tyrone. Coming to your home, beamed into your home. I'm going to put that on properly. Can I send you a private message about a battery? Yes, you can. Anybody on TikTok can send me a private message, a message request. If you have any questions, send me, if you have any questions that are just complicated to answer on here, I'll get in touch with you through the message request system on TikTok. Don't worry about that. I throw away your batteries, surely. That's what you do. Don't say his name. He's like Beetlejuice. He's like Beetlejuice. Yes, our battery is charging. We have currently got 2 bars. Don't know if you can see that. But we'll never charge it, and then we'll see it. We'll come back to that later on now. So that's one down, I would say. I'd say that's a fix, guys. We'll call that the first fix. The battery's going to make it, but Black Dot Killer, to make sure we're going to fully charge it. It's got 2 bars at the minute, and then we'll do a voltage check to see how we did for balance. There might be slight imbalance. We might have went the 2 cells we put in might have been slightly lower, but not much. They might have been 3.3 instead of 3.4 or something. Do you do Milwaukee batteries? I do Milwaukee batteries. If you go to my YouTube profile, you'll see I've actually got a course on how to diagnose and fix Milwaukee batteries. Milwaukee batteries is sort of one of my favorites. We're calling the first battery a fix anyway, so we'll go with that first and we'll get on with the next part of the business here now. Right. We have the Makita. I'll show you again what's wrong with it. This takes the old Makita batteries. It's got the wee nubbin on it, So that's why I'm using a battery adapter. I don't have any of them old ones. This is going better than I expected. I'm holding a lot of hope for this because I haven't got a motor or something for this. I'm going to have to rely on these parts here to fix it, so we'll see how we go. That's fixed. Oh, you're still using that, Pat? Funny, have you seen the recent video? It's on TikTok and YouTube that I did a full rebuild on a battery. It's the same type of cells that I used in Pat's battery. They're 20S cells, the two of the front of that battery. I have to say, for 2000 milliamp cells, they do perform well. They do perform well. Available in all good flexibles and all bad ones as well. There we are. We'll grease that up after a while. That's the head off, I know it. Brushes are cooked. Yes, J-Bubs. I'll show you again. That side looks alright. Did you see that side? There's a lot of melting going on there. The danger with that is it can overheat the motor, but we're hoping that the motor's not overheated. We're hoping we have enough. The armature hasn't been overheated, but we can just sort of replace, I have to replace this here, the end bell unit and the brushes and the caps, you know, so there we go. The fact that she's going at all is a good sign. There we are. Yep. I didn't forget the screws, it's just stuck on with the dirt. The dirt will not help the motor, you know. But anyway, whatever. Yes, that was dusty. There's a lot of wear in the armature, to be honest. Look at that. Not the wear. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, that. We'll have to see what we can do with this. We're limited what we can do this evening. I only really have the parts that I've shown you, so that's all we can do. I'm going to have to call the compressor again shortly, but we'll see. That's not too bad. See, this melts and the brushes neither go on the right. That other side's alright. Like that might come off there. No. Get a bit of heating too. Those little caps can be handy sometimes if you need one. Sometimes conserve what I can for a rainy day out of these. The brushes are knackered, so there's no point in preserving them. There it is there. There. But you're not going to believe that I reserve these. Not because I can reuse them again, but there's a wire with a terminal on it. It comes in useful fixing other stuff, you know. So we're going to replace that. I'm going to replace this item here. Just get it stuck in there. And get the old out. Need that wee rubber for the end of the armature as well. The end of that there. Need that. There's a good wee length of wire that can help you out in the rainy day. I always throw that into the spares box. You can use that for other jobs, you know. This is one of the simplest fixes you'll do if it's just that there it needs replaced. Sometimes you need a motor, and you know that can make it a wee bit more complicated. I don't bother with a ferrite ring, but should I? I think I will. I'll put it on. Saying, you know yourself, J-Bobs, I'm a crowd pleaser. Bonnie Blue and me, we're both crowd pleasers. Well, I'll have to cut the wires, but sure I'll do that. You'll throw that butt out. That's for nothing anyway. I usually don't bother with that thing, but I'll put it on. Saying you've asked. If we can get it on. No, it's not happening. It's not happening, J-Bob, sorry. I did try my best. If you buy the genuine one, it comes with that on it, you see. But if you buy the cheap aftermarket ones like I've done on this occasion, which is not always recommended, but you know, it's a money-saving tip. I would have no doubt the genuine ones would be better. But for these wee jobs, I don't really mind. Certain things, the aftermarket ones are nah, you know. And what's everybody saying on the nobody speaking on the TikTok? They're following, so that's good, and they're tapping away. Good enough. There's Scrap Metal Recycling. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I better line that up properly. There we are. I don't know, Big D's absent tonight, but he's probably busy, you know. He's a very busy man these days. I don't know where he's on his way. He's been to Monaco, or he's back, or where he is, because he was going to go to Monaco with the job, you know. So I don't know where Big D is. Well, we must Big D tonight, so we'll have to persevere on. Big D is a friend of the channel and very important to for technical advice at times, such as J-Bubs and Gazbone and others. And I need some of you guys to tell me that I forgot to put on the brushes, or the battery's flat in that, I'd say. Not so bad. Or I forget to unplug a plug-in machine before I start to get the bits. But there's enough of you guys to tell me, so it's good. There we are. So we'll tie the motor on now. We've done a reasonable clean-up job there. Reasonable. There we are. I'd need to blow the front of that, but it's dusty too. Nearly 8 degrees. I'll put a wee lock on here anyway. Which brand do you think's the best? Milwaukee, Dewalt, Makita, or Festool? I get asked that question quite often. And you know, one of the more dismissive answers I've given, I'm not going to give that tonight, but I'm going to tell you what it is what's your favourite colour? When it comes down to it, it's down to personal preference. They've all good points and bad points. One's not better than the other. Dewalt make better circular saws than Milwaukee. Makita make decent circular saws. Milwaukee actually have a worse brushed grinder than this. This is actually better than the Milwaukee brushed one. But the DeWalt brush grinder is far better than this. DeWalt don't make the most reliable nailers, but they're not the dearest. It swings and roundabouts for the whole thing. There's no one company has got it perfectly right, and no one company's really got it wrong. As far as it goes, I prefer DeWalt for one reason. I think for the price, they're still cheaper than Milwaukee. Like different things, like tire inflators, different things is cheaper than Milwaukee. And for the most part, cheaper than a lot of the Makita as well. So if you're getting the best for your money, I think it's Dewalt, you know. But they all have good points. It's nearly like pick your favorite color. It really is. It really is sometimes. But in this area, I would say Dewalt probably has the lion's share for a couple of reasons, you know. I would say price is the main one. Milwaukee's gone a wee bit out of style up here. Or not Milwaukee, Makita. That's not going on properly. See. That's not going on properly. It's the simple things that affect these wee fixes sometimes. That's her now. Makita's definitely in third place up here. I know there's a guy on these social media platforms 10 times bigger than me. It promotes Makita very well. Some of what he says right, you know, but he does have the Makita coloured glasses on him, to be honest. He is biased. And he's a bit sore in Milwaukee. Milwaukee isn't. You'd think by him Milwaukee was the worst thing that ever happened. And that's not the case. That's reassembled now. Exactly. The advantage of Makita, a lot of the older Makita especially, like this, parts are so readily available. Dewalt as well. Milwaukee doesn't have the same availability and cost effectiveness as the parts. The big three are the big three: Milwaukee, Makita, and Dewalt. Yeah, that's it, you see. I kind of agree with what you're saying there. What are you saying there? You're saying that Bespoke Carpentry is saying, yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, if you buy, that's right, William. If you buy some of the screw fix ones, you need to know your model numbers when it comes to Dewalt. You can be buying a lower quality impact driver and drilling a pack, and they throw on a 2 amp set of 2 amp batteries, and you think you're getting it well cheap, but it is cheap stuff, you know. Am I going to weld something? No, Destiny Barrera. I do not. I spot welded a battery a while ago, but that's the only welding I do. Really. Some people take a lot of work out of Dewalt. You know, it depends what you're doing. It's yep. They could be. You're better to look. Are you testing the bat? Already repaired the battery. It's on charging there. This is on charging, Giuseppe. Festool's decent. Healthy's decent, but they're expensive. We're going to test this to see if we fixed it or we failed to fix it. Martin's saying fix, I know it. Electric Milwaukee all day. Everybody's got their preference. I'm not going to fight them with brands because I don't care. No, it's not going. Hello? No, she's not clicked in. No, she's not going. Oh, there's the light now. No, she's not going. Wow. What's happened there? Let's see if this is going or is there something wrong with this? No, that's alright. It was going before I fixed it. I'll have to open it again. That beggars belief, guys. I'll have to open it again. Can't believe that. Oh, that broke in it. That's the problem with buying cheaper stuff. Them caps broke. Oh, that. but I have plenty of caps. That's where you keep the good ones. Anyway, we'll get her open. This is supposed to be the easy one. Oh, no, leave. Oh, well. We'll see what happens. I have to get screws on tight anyway. Let's see. Oh, the screws are murder tight. I wasn't for opening this again. Any wonder I'm the battery doctor. Running an hour in, so we've plenty of time. We've nothing but time. There we are. Might need to use something a wee bit more powerful. 12 Milwaukee. It's coming into play here. No. That's it. This could be a long night, guys, so hope you're not in a hurry for anything. Brushes are making contact. Don't know. Don't try this at home. Tell the switches packed in as well. There's one of them brushes not right, that's what's wrong. One of them brushes sticking. It's a brush holder I put in. Oh, I see what's wrong there. There's actually a bend in the brush holder. How did that happen? That's not great. See that? It's not letting the brush through. That's all's wrong. No. It's actually, this is why you don't buy the cheap ones of these. There couldn't be a better illustration why the cheap ones of these are not the mission. But anyway, we'll fix it. We'll fix it because we can. It's just a manufacturing issue with this. It's shocking. Maybe for the value, it's better buying the dear ones. But anyway, We'll try again. See if that's sliding through now. No. It's dodgy as hell. I have another one there, anyway. Go and get it. Keep these in stock. Never had one do that before. That's crap. That's terrible. That is terrible. No, I'm gonna have to go and get the other one, guys, because that's shit. That holder is shit. It is suboptimal. No, we're gonna have a fax pad, but we're gonna have to use another one of these. I have another one somewhere. Hopefully it'll work, you know. Right, here we go. Let's see if these slide on them. No. There's a manufacturing issue with these. They're both the same. Both on the same side too, isn't it? That's shit. That's terrible. So there's a TikTok wants me to do something. That's it. TikTok doesn't realise I'm busy. Trying to make shite things good. No. I can grind a wee bit off the brush, but I just don't like it. Just don't like it. It's actually going this way. That's it now. We're winning now. That's kind of suboptimal at best there, you know. Yep. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So let's try. It's no fun if it's too easy. I could file down the brush, I could do that. But we'll try it again. That is another option that is open to me, J-Bubs. But sure, we'll try this anyway. It's no fun if it's too easy. That's why you have live fixer fields, because anything and everything can go wrong. And I wasn't particularly worried about this one. It's never the one that I worry about. That's the problem one. you know. Brot, where are you, man? I need to fix my phone off. I'm at an undisclosable location in County Rowan. This is the hallowed building called the surgery, where I broadcast my Sunday surgery every Sunday, religiously, without fail, except when I'm sick or it's Christmas. You know, I'll put it together now to see what we can do. Hopefully, we're going to have a success this time. Failure is not an option now. We're 1 hour in, so leaves us plenty of time to work on the SDS. Everybody following TikTok there, liking the live, sharing the live. Right. Let's try the brushes on now to see what we can do. Pat's saying fix. Pat's saying fix. I could have given the brush a wee rub, but I know what you're saying about refining down the brush. But there seems to be the metal's bent on it, which is a bit shit, to say the least. Might be hard to see, but this bottom, when you see where it's kinked in there, these TikTokers, can you see it? See where it's kinked in? I was stopping the brush from getting through. I was holding the brush up, which is, yeah, terrible. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's not go anywhere. Tight enough, I think. We'll try again. Somebody sent the gift. Thank you, Christian Lukinson. I did put some grease in the gearbox, so. I'm calling that fixed. Anyway, that's all right. We'll have one for a rainy day. We might have to straighten it before we use it right enough, but that's all right. So that's 2 for 2, even though the other one. No, it was my fault for ordering the aftermarket cheapy cheaps. I cheaped out buying this set. You could buy the whole set cheaper with the brushes and all. Cheaper than you buy the original, the genuine Makita one, but there's a reason why the genuine one's better. So we found that out tonight. No more needs to be said about that. Take 2. Yeah. this monstrosity. Now, if you ask me which one I was more concerned about tonight, possibly being a failure out of 3, I would say this is the one. This is the one. So, magnetic dish and pot noodle can at the ready for the teardown. You know the rules, as a famous TikToker says. And that. She's not late in the night, is she? She didn't want to go. Good enough drill, but it's a. I called it a monstrosity for the simple reason is 2018. It's had a hard life. Now it ends up I have to save its life. I have to bring it back to life with whatever means I have here in the surgery on a Sunday night. So it does concern me. And why it concerns me is because there could be many things wrong with it that I might not be able to deal with. Usually when I do these, I do an O-ring service on the hammer, clean out the motor, clean the switch, and do that. But if I've no patch rings for the tube, and there's a reason. Sometimes you have to park them because they've done too much. But anyway, hammer needs lubricant. J-Bobs is saying I think he's right. I don't think there's anything broken. Hammer's jammed. But we've only just over an hour done, so this goes right. We can do it in 45 minutes at our leisure. This could be potentially 5-6 year old. This probably closer to 5 and 6. You know, year manufactured 2018. That means it might have been. I think it was open before. Never like ones that are open before. That means they're serviced before. And not that there's no service that was done on them. It's just that maybe some of the existing parts have worn that bit more, and it might be harder to get a good result. But we'll see. Will not be negative. This is not a negative surgery. No, Pat, do you see some of the things that come onto me? The harshest environments I have ever seen, stuff being used that really took its toll on them, was batteries that were used at a dairy farm. It's such an acidic, abrasive environment that just rotted batteries. It rotted them. And there was another guy, his job was getting out pig houses and stuff. And the inside of his Makita drill, it looked like it'd been under the sea. It was horrible. Just a bad acidic environment. You know, so let this chuck off. Yeah, undisclosed area of trouble. There's one screw holding on a little bit. Get it poked out. When the screws are starting to rot, you know your effort might be alright. think this was using a dairy farm as well. Anyway, time for a little blow. I think this one was open for warranty repair before, you know, because there's a warranty scribe on her. Darren might have had this open before, you know. Darren might have serviced this, God knows, 3 years ago or something. You know. But we'll see. There we are. Close your ears, guys. I'm going to have to start the compressor again. Sorry about that. It's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Usually try and follow before the live, but I've had a lot of de-dusting to do tonight. Battery and everything did it. It was just a dusty old night, you know. Jesus Christ first says, good people see, good to see you all. Thank you very much. There you are. Thank you very much to everybody's joining, liking, and following on TikTok. Sorry I can't keep up with it all. It just is what it is. Right, I get the lid off her here now. Get onto a better area. One more screw, of course I have. She's just jammed. The wee ball in the place as well. I don't like that. The wee ball come out of the socket there. This has come out of the... It needs a service as well. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. What we can do. With that back end, we'll give the motor a blow, I think. We'll cover that over, not to just get as much dirt done there. Oh. Thank you. the most of it blowing over the night. We'll see. I can't make the most of it. It's been a blowy all night. It's been a night for a blowy. Right, let's see. Ah, that's not good. That was scraping coming out of there. There's definitely no lube on there. Definitely no lube on there. The O-ring is probably run very dry too. Hopefully the catch ring's alright. I hope so. I hope so. Need a bit of grease on there too. That's not flowing very smoothly. Put a bit of grease on there first, I think. That's moving better now. That's good. That's a start. Get this O-ring off the piston. See, there's a piston here, or a striker, or whatever you call it. Looks like a little piston. I call it a piston because it looks like a little piston out of an engine, but it's not an engine. So there you are. We'll discard that. We cannot reuse that. I'll replace the O-ring and raise that up. Let's see. One I did last week, I had to dig the muck out of it. This is just dry. There was actually grime in the one last week. Right. But better. That's a good point. I never thought of any asbestos being in the power tools. I don't think there is there? Some old brushes from years ago might have been, you know. A lot of stuff's brushless now. It's nearly all out. Thanks for your concern, by the way. Am I minding myself? I don't know if I'm minding myself, to be quite honest with you, sir. I don't know how well I'm looking after myself in this regard. I'm not giving you a right answer. I'm listening to what you're saying. We'll see. Right. Right. Let's see. This pin's going to stay in. That's good. Nope. Pin did not stay in. That could be a problem. No, it's all right. It's all right. The pin's going to stay in. Stinky bunny. No dates here. It's just dirty, dirty stuff. There's much dirtier stuff going on TikTok, to be quite honest. But we'll not get into that. There's been enough said about that in TikTok without me starting. Right. Give me a wee bit of a clean here. Just lid on it. A bit of electrical cleaner in that. Give it another little blow. Right. Yeah. Anything from 1970 and 1990 had, and the brushes had asbestos. Yeah. Yeah. Some of that old dust and stuff, just ordinary building dust. I'm not, okay, it's not asbestos, we're not talking about the same thing. Some of it's nasty enough too, like, in its own way, in a different way. We'll put the casing together, we might give it a wee test. We might give it a wee test, you know. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Martin. Ripper. What are we saying there now? How much, bro? Tommy Heinman, good to see you. Keep tapping that screen, Tommy. Tommy likes to see me fixing the Dewalts. He doesn't like to see me fixing the Milwaukee. Tommy's a Milwaukee man. He doesn't. He likes to. He used to see the Dewalt guys. So hopefully get this going. But anyway, we'll see. only an hour and a half in nearly, so we're not too bad. We'll test this machine when we get the screws on to this housing. And then we'll try and put it together and see if we can get her going. See if she goes. Because if there's anything wrong, at least I'll be able to open her again. I'll be able to open her without opening the whole thing. For you guys that have been watching a while, the battery is fully charged now. It's fully charged now. You can use to test this, I suppose. It's not good. No, it's just a connection problem. Don't think there's any problem with the hammer now. But we'll just we'll have to service the switch as well a wee bit. The switch could be hesitant as well, so we'll do that before we go any further. Okay, it gets really good. Right. We'll try that, and we'll put it together now. How are we doing the chat on the YouTube here? What do I see? Top messages and all messages. Yeah, I think we're all right. Somebody's been messaging me here, but I don't know what it is. I might have to take a look at it, guys, because some of the guys at home sometimes on YouTube would message me if there's something going wrong. Sometimes it's a way of communicating. No. Somebody sent me a message on TikTok, but I can't really answer it. Somebody sent me a private message, so I'm sort of live on TikTok, so I can't really deal with that right now. So we'll just get on with the task of putting this back together. Right, we need this bit. This bit is useful. It's a useful piece. There we are. This should go on easier than that, you know. This should be going on easier than that. Everything, the thing about the live streams, the easy stuff sometimes very hard, and the hard stuff sometimes very easy. It's weird. Here we are now. That took way longer than it should. Sorry about that, guys. I'll put on a screw to hold this together a wee bit. There we are. Luckily, Doctor, get him back here in no time. Definitely. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy, you're a good support of the channel, and I know Tommy in the real world, so that's very good. Tommy's a good lad. I see a problem here too. There's something that's disconnected, so I'll reconnect that. That might have been where hesitancy was coming out of earlier on. There we are. So the little plug in here is disconnected here, a little electronic plug. So that might have been causing us issues. So we're going to reconnect that. There it is. Show it down there, out of the way. So nothing else will happen. It. Might be time to start thinking positive here. We are an hour and a half on. Samsung, you're a Samsung refrigerator. I don't want to hear about FlexVolt not working. That would make me sad. Don't want to hear about that. I'm kind of trying to stick to the standard batteries. Stay away from the FlexVolt and stay away from knockoffs. That's kind of my policy at the minute. Somebody brought me a power stack the other day, but I don't know. I just can't. I can't go there at the minute. I know. I'm well equipped to fix ordinary batteries. Very well equipped. However, FlexVolt has given me plenty of trouble, and it's not. I'm just turning them down at this stage. I'm not accepting them for repair at all. Nope. Something keeps falling out there. Which is not very helpful. Hopefully it stays on later. We get this on. There we are. Starting the one now. Right. You're still here, good enough. There's Kieran Loftus, good to see you. Good to see you, Kieran. Good to see you on the YouTube. Late one tonight, Johnny O'Dwyer, yes. Well, not too bad. It's only about 10:30. Some of these can go on to 11. There was one live stream that I did last year. It went from 9 o'clock to 12:30. I needed electrolytes after that one. That was a marathon. I must admit, I enjoyed it immensely. And I think it's one of Martin Kelly's favourite streams of all time. It just went on and on, sort of like hours on. Just kept going on and on and on. It's looking like we're not going to have many bits left over. That's okay. Is that big money? Is what big money? Are you talking about the repair? Are you talking about the drill? How many tools you got to do tonight? I did an angle grinder, yes, and a battery. And this is tool number 3, so that's three in the surgery tonight, so we weren't so bad. And aim to do hour and a half, 2 hours. Sometimes I used to do 45-minute streams, but I think that ship is sailed. Nobody wants a 45-minute stream. It has to be over an hour at least. Usually an hour and a half can run into 2 hours. You know where it goes. We're on an hour and a half at the minute, so we're there as we speak. Let's see, I'll put a bit of grease in this chuck. I think a lot of the problems these drills face would be, especially the one last week, maybe this one too, is due to lack of grease in the chuck. I think if people grease the chuck more, the muck just wouldn't get into the hammer as well. It wouldn't cause it to dry out and clog up and do all the things that these things do. Better lube before you put it in. That's good advice. Other pair, probably about 60 quid. 60 quid for a job like that. You know. As you can see, there's a lot of work in that. That can be, it can be 45 minutes if everything goes well. It could run into an hour and a half. You know, if it didn't go well, if you had the opener again, if something jumped out of place, you know, it's like you seen. I don't know if you're watching long enough to see the wee connector that separated. Through no fault of my own, it just sort of unplugged itself. But luckily enough, I spoiled it. It's just a wee connector. Some of these go on first time, and some just don't. I was nearly there too. Get in there. That's it. Thought there was a drill butt lying about there. Oh, there it is. SDS butt. No, it's all right. Now the grease is working. No, the SDS's. Bosch 18 volts probably the best. But you know that the old ones probably were the best, like the old songs are the best, or whatever you would say. What can you do with the battery though? I'll tell you what I did with the battery. I placed some cells in it. If you go to the YouTube shorts, you'll see I have one that I did yesterday. I replaced all the cells in it, but you know, sometimes I just enjoy battery repair. Nobody in their right mind would do battery repair, only me. I'm the only one mad enough. We'll see if this is a fix or not. We'll try it. We'll try it. She's alright now, is she? Aye. She made a funny noise. I think she's alright though. Aye, she's alright now. She seems to be a hammer. We'll try her anyway. What are we doing that? Let's see. That off. Bit of grinding that out thing. There we are. She's hammered now. I'm calling that fixed, guys. I don't know about you. I'm calling that fixed. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. We're calling that fixed. And the battery. So I think we've got 3 for 3. But I'm going to measure the voltage of the battery for you, just to show you how well it did. If a battery is fully charged, it's over 20 volts. One of these 18 volt batteries, they come to over 20 volts, so they're fully charged and have no cell imbalance. Probably 20.2, 20.4, depending on the cells is in it, you know. We're getting 20.4 there. Put the terminals around the right way. We're getting 20.4, so 20.3, 20. So I'd say a perfectly balanced battery as well. So we got there. It just wasn't playing sale tonight, guys. But we got there. We got 3 for 3. That's 2 weeks in a row. We got 3 for 3. No idea what's going to happen next week, because we're not there yet. We'll have to see what turns up. But I will get you something anyway. Oh, what do we see? It's been a long night, but we got there in the end. Let's see. Right, how are we doing now? Black Dot Kelly, you're still on, thank you. Right, we have 3 fixes out of 3, and everybody's still in the chat. Everybody's still liking on TikTok. Still 100 people on TikTok. And we're still got 124 on YouTube. So YouTube's winning. Sorry, TikTok, YouTube's winning. So there we are. Andrew Brown wants my location and contact details. I'm an undisclosed location, County Tyrone. If you want to communicate about repairs or anything else, send me a message request on TikTok. You know. So that's all I can do for you. So we done all right this evening. We didn't do so bad. An hour 45. I reckoned I could do it in under 2 hours, and I did. So that's not so bad. And I As you know, the grinder gives a bit of trouble, but we got there in the end. So anybody else want to ask any questions or anything else? We've got no marriage proposals the night, so that's maybe a good thing. There's a woman already occupying that position, you know. There we are. So keep tapping the screen there. Only about 70 on the TikTok and 89 on the YouTube. So please, no trolling tonight. No trolling tonight. There was somebody on about carnal practices a while ago. The start of the live, but he must have effed off out of the road. Martin Kelly, tell me it was a brush. He was right. Anyway, as a brush holder, substandard. Do not buy substandard parts because you can see what happens. A couple of Dewalt needing repairs. Send me, Andrew Brown, send me a message request on TikTok there. You're on TikTok. Just send me a message request. I'll reply. You know. Some comments were filtered to. Why's your Dewalt driver got different battery? Graham David Stewart is asking me. I mean this because it's one of the doctor's creations. It's called a M12 Milwaukee. I took an old NiCad machine that the batteries were knackered on, and I just put a battery adapter on her and adapted to M12. That's what I did. That's the famous M12 Milwaukee. Nobody owns a patent. NASA are looking for the patent to this one, but they haven't got it. You must work cheap to repair that junk. Richard Kidorovsky. Well, yes, I do work cheap to repair that junk. Yes. Junk's a strong word. It's your words, not mine. Anyway, I do work cheap, and it's actually a hobby. It's a hobby. We have this social media aspect. You've all enjoyed watching it tonight. You know, it's, you know, what can I say? There's a method in the madness, is what I would say about that. So there you are. That's all I can tell you about that. There's a guy over on TikTok called Tommy, and he says that's not junk, that's some man's livelihood. You know, you can't be disrespectful. Like, I don't be disrespectful with people's piece of equipment. There is another man who's big, he's 10 times bigger than me in these platforms, and he slags off his customers all the time, saying they made a mistake and they've destroyed this here, you know. Destroyed this here, look what they've done, look at the shape of this, and look at the shape of that. You know, just get over it. Like, it's just nonsense, to be honest. Yeah, it's just I'm doing a different thing, and sometimes when you're doing something that's a wee bit unique or different or unusual, people can maybe don't understand it and think you're either stupid or weird, which could be true. I might be both of those things. However, I just think a lot of people get a lot of entertainment out of these live streams. Like, there's one of my live streams on YouTube, 28,000 people have watched it, you know, and last week, 6,000 people on TikTok, you know, watched it. So it's, and I'm not doing any harm. In a world of, what would you say, all sorts of, what's up, shawty? Costa15 says, what's up, shawty? So in a world of all sorts of theft, all sorts of abuse, physical, all types of abuse, a man in an undisclosed location in County Tyrone in a prefabricated building fixing substandard abused tools for a low price for your entertainment is not the worst thing. No, sorry for getting on a rant, Richard Kidrowski, but you know, yeah, you are quite right about the cost of these things. That battery, for example, technically technically, what would you say? Anything. There's a wise man once told me, repairing anything under £100. If there's a thing that costs less than £100 new, it's probably not worth repairing. But I have sort of, what would you say, challenged those rules a wee bit, but there's truth in it, you know. Yes, Brad 212. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. It's a pity you weren't. There's somebody asked me about flex volt batteries, and another man asked me about a PAS load. Those are two things that I don't touch, and I'm very sorry that I can't help you with them. I can't. I won't. I've already got enough going on. I can't take on gas nailers as well, because I know if I ever learned how to fix gas nailers, out of 25 sitting in this wee building at any one time, it would be an overwhelming amount of stuff for a guy who's only a weekend warrior. This has been my weekend off. I'm good form this weekend because I've been off yesterday, and actually I got a lot done. I fixed a 12 volt battery or 12 amp battery, a Milwaukee 12 amp. Have you ever put cells in a 12 amp Milwaukee battery? I've never seen anybody else doing it. I've done it a couple of times. It is an episode. It is a, you have to tear it all down. You have to take the whole side off. You have to take out the cells, of course, nip them off on the other side, and you have to put in the other cells, and you have to spot weld and solder in as best you can, put it back together. And when you've done that, you have to balance the pack. And sometimes, if there's a board failure, you have to put a new board on. The like of that there, you can probably pick a new one of them up for £100. I probably fixed that for 30, which is, yeah, it's all right. It didn't need a motor, you know. I probably fixed that for 30. One of them's £200 new, so probably fixed that for about 60. The battery's coming up about 70 quid now, so it's probably coming. I'm probably a wee bit dear for them. Probably charging about 30 quid for them, you know. Aye. Tommy, you're right, Doc. If you start expanding, you'll be putting pins in a 13-ton digger. I'll be doing house calls. I've sworn off all electrical household appliances. Thank you very much, JD Hogg. Thank you for your support. I have never met JD Hogg face to face, but I've talked to him on the phone for years. I've never met this man face to face, but I've talked to him for years, so I know him well. Tenner just to look at stuff now. I've got actually, sometimes I do no fix, no fee, which is not sustainable if you're running a business. But people have given me through me now £20 for looking at stuff for them. I think the service that I provide, good night, Peter Gallagher, the service that I provide is if somebody's got a garage full of stuff and they're not comfortable throwing it out because they think it might be salvageable, it gives them peace of mind. Even I tell them, no, that's gone, that can't be fixed. It doesn't make sense to fix it. They go away happy. They know at least they're content they can throw it out or they can give it to me for parts or whatever. They just know, and it's not taking up room in their workshop or their shed or anything. They know, or their van. So that's kind of I think a good thing to what I'm doing. You know, it's an unusual thing that I'm doing. Not everybody understands it. Sometimes I think I'm a bit mad myself. So what can you do? Yeah. Like there was the bigger SDS, the 54 volt, that somebody tried to fix themselves. They told me they broke a bit on it, but they couldn't really pinpoint what bit it was. So I had to open it yesterday to find out what parts they order. I had 12 batteries coming weeks in Makita and Milwaukee. Aye, good man. No, you'll fix them. Makita and Milwaukee's not the worst. Some of the newer Makita J-Bobs are harder to put cells on because they're well out of strapping. Putting circuit boards on them usually fixes a lot of them. Milwaukee is handy. You see me do it so many times, and the circuit boards are readily available. Do you work in John Denny's? User 1002263535542. I used to work in the business that was formerly known as John Denny's. Then it was took over by another bigger corporate entity called Fane Valley Stores, and I now work in Fane Valley Stores. In essence, I worked for John Denny for 12 years, and then he left me. That man left me. But anyway, can a plastic chuck on a Makita be changed for a metal one? Yes. That's a simple answer. Yes. It's the same thread. You just have to get the old one off. I've not seen them yet. You'll see. You know better when you see them. You know the score, anyway, J-Bobs. You know what to do. You know what to do as well as me. What else? Right, we're looking at 5 to 11 now. And he left you without a Valentine's card. Deco says he left me without a Valentine's card. Deco sent me a Christmas card, so I'll make up for the lack of a Valentine's card. You know, what do? You got to stay on. You got to hang on when others would let go. Go there. Hey, that must have blinked there. My YouTube must have kicked out there, but still people are watching. I know it must have blinked there. Done a wee buffer. No X's. No, it was good to see you in the chat now, Deco. Thank you very much for your support, and thanks for the wee job. I enjoyed that and the wee video out of it and put it on YouTube. So Deco sent me up a wee boisterol from way down the country. And it was good. I had a good interaction with him. In fact, Deco's person went to a house about 7 miles that way, and the woman who lived there came to this address with it, so that was very good of her. So Deco's drill might have been lost in transit, and it was DHL that messed it up too. He had the right address on, and DHL put a sticker with a completely wrong address on it. You know. So is everybody happy now? We've done nearly 2 hours, 97 people on the YouTube. So bang that screen, and 84 on the TikTok. I don't even want to leave you, but their fixes is all done. And anybody wants any information or anything on TikTok, there's Oshin Kirk. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. He's still down under, Oshin. Good to see you. You may have missed the show. We're just wrapping up here. What do we see? Is everybody happy in the YouTube? Just bang that screen. We've only 58 likes in the YouTube. That's terrible. I'm off work in the morning. DHL shipping deliveries. Whoever stuck the sticker on, it wasn't even the delivery man's fault. They got the completely wrong road altogether. They had a different postcode on it. It was crap, but anyway, it worked out well. It worked out well in the end. The woman opened it and there was just drill in it. And she come over to the wife one day. I was at work and she says, "Is this for you?" She says, "It's probably for my husband because he fixes tools." You know, so it was all right. Good man, Oshin. I'll be on here every time. Our time, 9 p.m. is usually when I come on. I try and keep it consistent on a Sunday night. Get on from 9 o'clock and then just sort of to get everything fixed, you know. Then if we chat at the end, if anybody wants to ask any questions or any crack, you know. Black Dot Killer, thank you very much for joining the live. Thanks for all your comments and the videos. That helps. That definitely helps. Good man, Deco. As long as it should be a good job. I put a new electric module and a second-hand one. I was able to do that free. It was just a good recovery from something that would have ended up in the skip, you know. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So we're coming to 11 o'clock. I've done 2 hours. Tap that screen, guys. You gotta tap. That's how you like. It's 104 on the live stream on YouTube and 62 on TikTok. But I have to leave you. I have to say goodnight, TikTok. Tap that screen. Follow me. What do they say on TikTok? What does your big man say? Follow me, I'm delicious. Or what do you know, whatever you have to do. You know the score. You know the rules, the other boy says. But we'll not talk about him tonight. Good night, TikTok. DHL, the main base is in Newton Abbey. We got 10,000 viewers in that TikTok. I'll be keen to see how we did on YouTube tonight. We did well. We probably got, I don't know how many followers we got off that. It'll be hard to know. We'll have to see. Oh, probably got a whole pile of followers. We got a whole wreck of followers there. I'll have to look at that later. But yeah. See us, and thank you very much. Thanks to all the usual guys. J-Bubs, Kieran Loftus, good to see you back in. Black Dot Killer, good to see you. Martin Kelly, Paul Cook. Who else we got? We got Gaz Bullen, of course. Brad0212, good to see you. Richard Kidrovsky, good to see you. Kostya, whatever your name is there. Neil Bosworth, thanks for the questions. Yeah, who else? We had Pat, of course. Pat McMahon, and we had Jesus Christ. Thank you for taking Jesus Christ. The first is a very busy man. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come to my little live stream. Martin Kelly, of course, and that guy. Somebody called that guy. So everybody joined the live stream tonight and commented. Even you people are sitting at home, but don't comment. You're still watching. You're still liking. You're still following. So thank you very much. It's after 11. I'm going to see what Mrs. Left Hand Thread's up to. Hopefully she's up to no badness. So we'll see what happens. Good night.